After a while, the popliteal block was starting to wear off, which is when I needed to request the medication. I requested the medication, they gave me the medication, and they gave me a stopwatch. And they basically told me, like, click the stopwatch when you feel the medication is finally working. It was a double-blind study, which means the doctors who were giving the medication and the people receiving the medication did not know who was getting a placebo or who was getting the actual medication. So for all I know, I could have been given a sugar pill, which I think I was, because that shit did not work. I waited about an hour, and then finally after an hour, I said, okay, I need the rescue medication. The rescue medication was just standard medication that they would give you after the foot surgery. Basically, after a day and a half, they already knew this medication either doesn't work or I did not get the proper medication. Not proper medication, but you know what I mean. So after that, I was considered like no longer in the clinical trial, even though I was still gonna be in the building. So I could just still do the same thing I was doing, which was nothing. Next 2 days, I just basically had medical students come in, taking care of us. We got food every single day from a restaurant, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. Would straight up bring us menus of restaurants, like, oh, we're going to this Italian restaurant today, here's your menu, pick your lunch. Like, it was the best recovery experience of my life. For 3 whole days, I got to sit in bed, get taken care of, freaking hotel style, nurses on demand, food on demand. I had my laptop, Netflix, freaking everything. I would donate my body to science again and again and again to go through a clinical trial. Again, they have them for everything. They have ones that are like, if you are Asian Americans digest medication differently, or it like goes differently in their body. So like, if you're Asian American, you can make like 15 G-balls freaking doing clinical trials. If you have special medical things, like if you're diabetic and they're trying out new medication, and like, just because you're in a clinical trial and you're trying the new medication, if it doesn't work for you, they're not gonna let you die. They literally have doctors on staff who are going to like figure out like, okay, this medication didn't work, let's put you back on something else. I felt extremely safe. I never not once felt like I was a guinea pig, even though technically I was being a guinea pig. It was like such a mild form. If you are uninsured and there's something that maybe like you do have insurance, they're not covering it or whatever, you can afford the surgery, whatever, check out a clinical trial. There's literally so many. Now that I'm in their system and they know that I'm willing to do clinical trials, any health issues that I have, so like I'm hypothyroid, I also have like an autoimmune, anytime there's clinical trials that involve those sorts of things, they hit me up. And then they pay you to be a part of the clinical trial. And so for the foot surgery one, I was paid $2,000 for 3 days. Plus, it was also like a big fuck you to my insurance.